Were the gas giants originally thought to be terrestrial like Earth? When were the gas giants known to be gaseous? The answer: the gas giants were all Earth-sized terrestrial, rocky planets at one point, and they actually gained most of their mass in an incredibly short period of time in terms of galactic or even evolutionary timescales. Billions of years ago, when the planets formed, there was what is known as a protoplanetary nebula around the Sun. Basically a big puffy pancake of gas, mostly hydrogen, but also helium, oxygen, nitrogen, oxygen, etc., and dust, pretty much everything else. There is way more gas than dust, though. The dust clumped together, first into small lumps similar to how you get dust balls hands a bed, then by bumping and sticking into each other, bigger and bigger, until these lumps were the size of buses. Some of these lumps would then get ahead of the game by pure chance and would dominate their local areas, growing up to about the size of the Moon or Mars. These big bodies are known as protoplanets, while the smaller ones are known as planet-simals. The protoplanets are then bombarded by the planet-simals over millions of years, the smaller lumps getting caught by the gravitational pull of the larger bodies, pulling them in. Some protoplanets crash into each other too. This is how planets form, and for rocky planets like the Earth, this is pretty much it. However, remember that I said the protoplanetary nebula also had loads of gas in it too. Well, all this planetary growth is going on in the middle of all this gas. It doesn't really do too much to the smaller lumps, although the bigger protoplanets are, the more it drags them around in the disk. The larger protoplanets will be able to capture some of this gas. This is largely how planets get their atmospheres. Most planets don't manage to capture much of this gas before it disappears, though. It only sticks around for a few million years before heat from the sun basically evaporates it away into surrounding space. However, some planets manage to get big enough that the way they can capture gas goes wild. They kind of get big enough that they grow faster, which makes them bigger, which makes them grow even faster, etc., etc. It's called runaway growth. This happens when a planet is about 5–10 times the mass of the Earth. Note this can only happen if there is enough gas left in the disk, which is why rocky super-Earths are discovered quite a lot by astronomers. The planets that do manage to do this manage to soak up all the gas in their region of the disk, and in doing so, become gas giants like Jupiter and Saturn. Others that start a bit late or start too far out in the disk where the gas is sparser become ice giants like Uranus and Neptune. As to when this all happened, well, we're talking about 4.54 billion years ago, as that's when the Earth was formed, and as I said, this runaway growth phase for the gas giants lasted at most a couple of million years, so that also happened about 4.54 billion years ago. I think the era range for when the Earth was formed is about 1%, which is about 45 million years, so the runaway growth period lasted for the blink of the eye as far as the solar system is concerned. Follow this channel for more Santa Explains. And if you have any questions I should answer, just write them down in the comments.